to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida, where he was arrested last night.
The Chicago police just opened a new evidence file titled The End of Durk. According to reports, it contains enough evidence to potentially put him in prison for life. Shockingly, some of the evidence suggests he may have played a role in King Von's death. It sounds crazy, but sources say the new findings line up with previous files, including statements from Von's father.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? This was the exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. That'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that, another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Von before he died.
Academics and investigators later questioned Von's father about why. Lil Durk would want King Von gone. Police notes suggest that at the time of Von's death, he and Durk were involved in a case together that ultimately ended in a private settlement. This raises the possibility that Lil Durk may have made a private deal with federal authorities, potentially implicating King Von in order to protect himself.
Why would Durk want Von?
All right, man. Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
a slack. Dude was a. He was signing the boys. He was Von wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that.
I mean, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He had a public defender."
A viral tweet later highlighted the controversy, reading, "Vonnie's dad leaking that Lil Durk had King Von dealt with is really making me wonder why Lil Durk suddenly goes on IG. Live whenever someone connected to him passes away." He went live the minute King Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck died. Even police files show that Lil Durk commonly uses IG Live as a live-action alibi. So when someone passes, he can just tell the feds I was on IG Live, go check the records. Von's father, however, was deeply upset that his son allegedly turned federal with tweets, claiming Ott Van's father reveals Vonnie allegedly orchestrated Lil Pab and King Von's passing.
Oh no, he ain't take my rights. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
Oh, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that's.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and with me saying Von, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil Pab. You orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
Osha Van's father, who comes from the streets where snitching carries heavy consequences, didn't hold back in calling out the situation, insisting that Lil Durk would face full punishment. Chicago rapper Lil Durk's sister-in-law publicly labeled King Von's cousin Osha Vonnie a rat and snitch in the M for hire. Federal case court records now show that Otavani has been released from Bureau of Prisons custody, likely under house arrest or at a halfway house where he gained access to a phone. That's when Vonnie's father learned his son had gone federal, prompting texts between them with Vonnie explaining he was attempting to plea out for a reduced sentence, calculating points and acknowledging that going to trial could be deadly, referencing others who had been got. Despite the plea strategy, Vonnie's father remained furious, exposing the real reason his son cooperated. Federal files reveal three main figures: Lil Durk, Vonnie, and D, who are related, and new body cam footage of Lil Ted D's younger brother. Begging to snitch against Durk and F members shifted the case. With Lil Ted's cooperation, the family dynamic changed, leaving Lil Durk increasingly isolated as these relatives turned against him, beginning with Lil Ted's arrest for possessing a firearm at a local convenience store.
Really? Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
At this moment, Lil Ted was driven to the police station, but even before entering, tears streamed down his face. He pleaded with the officers, saying, "I swear I'll tell you all about the passings," hoping to avoid jail, though it was already too late for him.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Being placed into his waiting cell, Lil Ted was seen crying his eyes out.
Being placed into his waiting cell, Lil Ted was seen crying his eyes out, wanting nothing more to just snitch on the team members that he knows did crimes. Just so that he can go home and get out of jail. Who knows what DD told his younger brother in the past?
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus for prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
With DDD being his older brother, many assumed any court file. Snitching tied to the family name was him, but it was actually his sibling. Court records often only list a last name, making it easy to misinterpret since D is the older brother and Vonnie is related to both D and Lil Ted. Their families likely sat them down, urging them not to risk their lives. In situations like this, family ties often outweigh street loyalty, as some snitching is done purely to protect oneself while Lil Durk faces intense pressure. News also reported that Lil Durk was involved in a jail altercation that morning, prompting Lil Baby to tweet, "I don't care about nothing else right now other than Durk free the bro." Around the same time, fans connected this to Lil Durk's day one homie Glee passing away, indicating multiple F members were now being targeted. Coincidentally, Wando Rondo and Lil Tim gave interviews that same day, echoing similar messages. Some saw it as a strange coincidence, while others suspect it was a tactic to avoid federal scrutiny for targeting. Lil Durk, similar to how he uses IG Live as an alibi.
Shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't know the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't know no disrespect to like his mama saying f***ing shit like that. Cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Which even resulted in Quando Rondo saying the same thing, saying that he wishes it was handled in a different way.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like, it could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Two ops of LOL Durk doing an interview on the same day, praising Durk and wishing things were handled differently. Definitely doesn't seem suspicious, but if that doesn't convince you, it was also announced. Just a day prior, Lil Durk was about to be released from jail, making many believe they acted fast in case Durk was granted his jail release. To understand when he could be out, you need to know the news of words from Durk's father have. Lil Durk being released on a bond, with this being His third attempt, his lawyers made an offer so great the judge can't refuse it.
I left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
As Lil Durk being released from jail looked like an absolute reality when the prosecutors dropped their own evidence against him, it gave him a release date, which is why they acted so fast on catching him in jail. As the news wrote today, Lil Durk's court hearing had the prosecutors telling the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence against him while reading it out loud during his court hearing in front of everyone. I wonder how this will affect the rest of his bond hearing. As while the judge was making his decision on Durk's bond release, the prosecutors told him, "We would like to drop this evidence," and read this out loud, saying, "We want to dismiss the lyrics of Told Me They Got an Ot music. No," while also showing the judge the news report of Wando screaming no on the sidewalk.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
While it's great, they're dropping the evidence against him. The way they did it was so corrupt. Right when Durk is trying to receive a bond, this will be in the back of the judge's mind when making his decision. This was so bad even Charleston White would react.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
As with Charleston White hating the idea of Durk being released, Durk's lawyer Drew Finling would reveal his release date, giving more detail on the prosecutors ruining their own case of dropping the evidence.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As he mentioned, the case is getting weaker for the prosecutors, who can now no longer use his lyrics. Durk's lawyer would call the charges. A joke saying all the feds had were lyrical evidence against him, but now they're not even using it.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Everything looked so great for Lil Durk, it really looked like he was about to be released until the news wrote. The feds say Lil Durk would need to go completely broke and give up all of his property to be granted a bond. They fear that he might use his fortune to place bounties on witnesses.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal. And
this happened because while the judge needed a few days to make his decision, something bad happened to F Jam, where the feds now believe. Durk is already using his fortune to place bounties on witnesses because it was announced Jam was found by F members hiding out in a crib outside of Atlanta, sources claimed. Jam was dealt a punishment for snitching on owner LOL. Durk alongside a photo of a crime scene of a house that Jam was staying at.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in a
everyone in a
jam.
jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
This happened because while the judge needed a few days to make his decision, something bad happened to F Jam, where the feds now believe. Durk is already using his fortune to place bounties on witnesses because it was announced Jam was found by F members hiding out in a crib outside of Atlanta, sources claimed. Jam was dealt a punishment for snitching on owner LOL. Durk alongside a photo of a crime scene of a house that Jam was staying at.
Hey, kid! Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I was having a dare. Architect. I'm having a dare. School's out of town.
And sadly, when Durk found out about it, he cut ties with Jam. He even hinted towards it during an interview with DJ Academics, where it reads, Durk hasn't playing 3D chess the entire time he knew Jam was going to cooperate.
I see from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your cooperate.
Where he would even speak further on it, saying he doesn't even allow his friends now to know where he lives anymore. He gives no information to anyone. You could tell just how sad he was knowing Jam rat.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the you gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta everybody getting watched. Watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play. I see from a mile away.
I don't think people realize.
F Jam is the same man that Durk gave $50,000 to during this Instagram live, which is really upsetting, as Durk would do anything for this man. But I want you to pay attention to those in the background of the IG live. It's very important.
What's name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the middle so big mama get the trigger, bro.
See that? For my baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much. Crazy though. No sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know
how many you did off?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The feds investigated those in the background of that IG live after Jam ratted on all of them as well. They would end up connecting it to a jewelry shopping video with King Von, which makes it very clear that they were all very close friends, and that these are the same men that slid for King Von on Lopab.
Solitary stone.
We just looked at him.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
It got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man stepped in.
As sadly, due to the snitches in Lil Durk's face, he's about to lose his life. If you're a Durk fan, leave a like on the video and comment down below whether or not you think he'll win his.